Hi friends! Welcome back to Art at Home with me. Today we're going to do some print making using those same toilet paper tubes. This is one that doesn't need a ton of materials, and you can really do anything you want with what I'm going to show you. So, materials, toilet paper tubes or paper towel tubes or wrapping paper tubes, anything. A pair of scissors, paper, any kind of paper, and some paint. That might be paint in a bottle. It might be some of that homemade paint I sent out a recipe for last Monday. It needs to be kind of a thick paint, like this is tempera paint. Watercolor won't really work for this. So something like tempera paint or that homemade paint that's like flour, salt, water, and food coloring would also work well for this. So I'm going to show you two different ways you can do some printing with one of these. So let's pause. Go grab your materials and then meet me back here. Okay, ready? Let's do it. The first one I'm going to show you involves some cutting. This is cool because you can do it really any way you want. I'm going to show you how to make kind of flowery shape, but you could do anything. So for this one, you're going to take your toilet paper tube, and on one end, you're going to cut some slits. You want them all to be about the same length. You might even want to like use a marker or a pencil to draw a line around it so you know they'll be the same length. You're just going to go all the way around, cutting little, let me pause and show you, see if you can see that. There we go. So you can see I'm just cutting little straight lines, and I'm going to do this all the way around. And again, you can do this, you could do lines close together, you could do lines far apart, you could do any kind of pattern. I'll show you how it's going to work as soon as I'm done with these lines. I'm almost there. I should have done this like they do on cooking shows where they've already made one in advance and they just pull it out of the oven even though it's only been 1 minute. But I don't have enough toilet paper tubes, so we gotta just make do with what we got. So I noticed that my lines got smaller as I went, so it would be a good idea to draw your line first. But we'll see if that'll work. So from here, you've got lines all around, and I'm just going to use my hand to kind of spread them apart, flatten them out. See, you want it to look something like that. You can also use your table and just kind of press it down to get them all sort of spread out. And then I'm going to dip this in some paint. I have some orange paint here on just like I think it was an old pickle container lid. For this one, you can see as I'm holding this up, the paint is kind of spreading out. You do want the paint to be kind of a big puddle instead of just a little blob, because you want all of these little petals to dip into the paint. So I'm going to dip it in and I'm going to kind of swirl it around a little to make sure that they're all getting covered. And you might have to kind of push it in there. So you can see they're mostly all covered. And then I'm just going to press it onto my paper. And I'm not going to move it. I'm not going to twist it around once it's on the paper. I'm just going to press it flat. And you could even, if it's, so let me see if I can show you. On mine, some of the little petals are sticking up a little bit. You can just kind of give it a smush, one more smush to make sure they're all touching. You could even use your finger and just kind of gently push on some of the petals that are not sticking down as much. One more push. Okay, and let's see how it turned out. So cool. So that is this shape. You could also cut one with wider, further apart cuts, and that's gonna look totally different. This could be, I could see a lot of things in this. I could see a flower, I could see a lion's mane. It could become 2 wheels for a car. It could be anything, really. So that is one cool toilet paper tube printmaking technique. And again, you can cut this in any kind of pattern, however you want to do something different. The other one we're gonna do, all you need is a toilet paper tube and the paint. You don't have to cut it or anything. So the most basic thing is you can take your toilet paper tube as it is, just a circle, dip it in your paint. I also have some green paint here. Make sure all the edges get pretty well covered. And then again, just press it to your paper. And this one you can kind of spin it around if you want because it's just a circle. You could do a pattern with that. This could be car wheels. You could do the 2 things together. Anything. And then the other thing we're gonna do with this one is you can bend the toilet paper tube to make a shape. So I'm gonna try and do a heart. So I'm just gonna kind of crease the middle of the top here, smush it down. You can kind of see it's where a heart, like the 2 top bumps of a heart are forming. It's really you just want to kind of squeeze it until you have that shape. So that's a pretty decent heart. So I'm gonna kind of, using my fingers to kind of hold it tight in that shape, I'm gonna dip it in my paint. And again, making sure I'm getting every little bit covered. It's pretty good. The top that middle part is not really getting so covered. There we go. And then I'm gonna just press it on my paper and let's see if we can lift it up. A heart. So you could do this in any shape. You could make it a triangle. You could make it just an organic shape, something abstract, an apple. I mean, whatever you can think of. And that's it. So that's 2 easy, fun printmaking techniques with your toilet paper tubes. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.